Hello, everybody. Welcome to Slogan's Rock and Metal Extravaganza. Hold on, I gotta rearrange. There we go. Okay, there we go. How did I have this set up? Good enough. Anyways, welcome to Slogan's Rock and Metal Extravaganza. We're here to do best songs of Dio. So we're wrapping up the Dio catalog today, and helping me with that again are Brian, Christina, Dan, Danny, and Logan. So we're gonna do the three final Dio albums, and then we're throwing in The Devil You Know, which went under the Heaven and Hell name, which was basically the Dehumanizer, whatever Mob Rules era of Black Sabbath under a different name. I think they did it because that if they called themselves Sabbath, they would have been expected to play Aussie era stuff, and
Yeah.
this way they could just get away with doing the Dio era stuff only, and no one would say anything, right? It's because so we're gonna start off with the first album of today, but yeah, this would be his eighth studio album under Dio. So this came out in 2000, so it had been a couple years since the previous one. Angry Machines was 96, so this was 2000. Magica is the album, and kind of had some familiar faces back in the band. Craig Goldie is back again on guitar, who hadn't been with them since Dream Evil, and then joining him is Jimmy Bain is back on bass, and Simon Wright from AC/DC is back on drums again. So he kind of was always having guys leave and coming back, and it seemed like Vivian was the only one that never came back, aside from like the two guitar players that only played on like the one, right? But Vivian and him obviously had long life issues, so he was the only one that never really. But yeah, Craig Goldie was in and out of the lineup like 3 or 4 times. Played on like 4 albums, and none of them were in order, like back to back. It was just weird. Kept leaving, and it just seemed like there was no real set band. He was just kind of like hiring whoever was available at that moment to be in his band and wanted to play for him, right? Kind of thing. And they always pretty much just went back. So we start off with Magica here. We got Dan. You gotta hold it up. I know you got it.
Yep.
I don't own anything. There you go. Nice. You got the vinyl too. Wow. Nice. Yeah, they always did great with these artworks. Yeah. Cool.
They just reissued them not long ago, right, Dan? Is that what that is? Or
This is actually from 2 years ago reissues. A year for sure, but maybe even 2. Not the newer ones that just there's a box set that just came out there.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah,
it's missing Strange Highways or something like that there, but I'm not getting that. I have them all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, this came with a 45 of Electra.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the song that was supposed to be on one of the other Magica projects.
2, apparently there.
Yeah. If it would have came to fruition, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to make a trilogy of this album, but then unfortunately, he passed away before he got the chance. So, but it's like a concept album. It's kind of like going back to the whole demons and wizards and warriors kind of thing and that kind of stuff. He honestly could have probably directed a movie and made movies if he wanted to. He's such a fantastic writer. A lot of the stuff could have been done like for movies. You can
especially with this album for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So we got a lot of songs here, sort of. A couple of them I wouldn't really classify as songs. There's a lot of like weird little instrumental like intros and stuff, right? I don't think anyone's gonna be picking any of those, but so we got here Discovery, Magica Theme, Lord of the Last Day, Fever Dreams, Turn to Stone, Feed My Head, Ariel, Chalice, As Long as It's Not About Love, Losing My Insanity, Otherworld, Magica Reprise, Lord of the Last Day Reprise, and Magica Story. So, Brian, what are you going with?
Yeah, I was excited when I saw the set list on this, and I was looking for the times just to see how long the songs were. and I saw one that was 18 minutes. I was really excited. So of course I went to that one first, and I was like, what the hell is this?
It's just spoken word the
Story,
entire
I'm
right?
whipping out my magic cards and my 18-sided dice. I'm getting ready to play, but
Yeah.
holy crap. That thing threw me through a loop. So it's not exactly what I thought. I thought it was gonna be like this big anthemic, big stadium,
No.
pleaser. New.
I did the same. I
Maybe a
clicked it
little
thinking it's gonna be
prog,
like
a
some
little
long.
doom, maybe something.
Yeah.
Holy crap! All right, so that thing already. So that's the first thing I heard. So that already threw this album right out the window for me.
It's weird to throw that on there at the end like that. I mean, at least it didn't open the album. That would have been even
Yeah.
worse.
I listened
It's
to it,
just
but
like,
I was laughing. I was like, what?
kind of funny.
So-
Yeah.
Anyway, so I really like the Feed My Head. I thought it had a, kind of a almost like a proggy pickup to it almost. It had a wicked riff to it, and then it's all like this one I could see like being a stadium anthem or something. So, excuse me, I'm a little sick. I don't know if you can hear me.
No, you're good.
And then I like the Fever Dream, which I thought was really good, and it reminded me sort of like Deep Purple, or it was like a Deep Purple influence song. But yeah, like the little minuets or the little innuendo, well, whatever the things are, right? It was kind of this whole album threw me off. So it got off to a bad start, and it finished on a bad one too. So.
Yes, it's very operatic, right? He was really listening to I don't know what he was really listening to, but it just kind of sounds like he was listening to more modern opera metal bands, symphonic metal bands, and stuff like that, and kind of adapted it his own way. So, but yeah, I still think there's some great stuff on here. But yeah, I could have done without all these. There's so many of them, like these 4 or 5 of these little interludes in between, and it's just adds up to 7 minutes total with all these little interludes. It's why? But I get it. He's trying to go for this whole storyline thing within an album. So, but it did well though. This actually kind of pretty much almost revived his career. I remember he started getting popular again with this kind of stuff. So yeah, and this allowed him to make 2 more pretty quickly after. So Christina, where are you going with?
Well, I was going to say that the LP blends heavy metal with symphonic and theatrical elements, and I go with Fever Dreams. I love that character Ariel. That thing at the end is about the whole album. It's just, you know what I mean? So that the character Ariel is being haunted by his dreams, and he deals with temptation and questions of sanity. And I just love the lyrics to it. Now before my dreams roll the night across my eyes, I tremble as I wait, perhaps, to sin into the temptation and the ruler of the world, to yield to temptation and to be the ruler of the world. And my Turn to Stone was the second one, and then those 3 in a row, Feed My Head. They were all great songs. I enjoyed them very much.
Yeah, it's all great stuff. I think it starts off really strong, tails off a little near the. I don't know. I think it's a good album. It's not the classic stuff, but I still think there's enough stuff on it to enjoy. But yeah, Dan, what are you going with?
All right, I actually remember when this came out because I'm a huge Dio fan. So I actually find this to be a transition album because it's got little elements of Strange Highways and Angry Machines, and there's also elements of what's to come.
Okay.
Going forward. And I got that, especially when I heard the lead-off single, Fever Dreams. I was like, oh my God, he's back to stuff I love. Mind you, with doing this series right now, I've actually found a lot more love of Strange Highways and Angry Machines because of doing these episodes. Now, this one, I'm half and half with this one here. Well, first of all, that Magica story, I actually refer to it as the Magica audiobook. It's basically an audiobook, a 20-minute audiobook of the story of Magica.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I could have went with Feed My Head's good. Fever Dream was the typical Dio, but I'm actually going to go with one that I find is the most original song that he's basically ever done, and it's As Long as It's Not About Love. And I heard that, I'm like, man, I'm going to call it a power ballad, I guess. It's okay. It's a very slow tempo balladish rocker, but the guitars on that is like, you think he's going to go left, but he goes right. And I was like, whoa, that is such a cool and original riff for me. I like this album. I don't love it. I love parts of it, but I'm going to go with As Long as It's Not About Love. For me, that's one of his most original songs that he's ever done there. So there you go. For Magica, As Long as It's Not About Love.
Cool. That was going to be my pick. I didn't go with it, but I was torn between that and something else. But yeah,
I love it.
Because it starts off like a ballad, but it gets heavy and it turns into something else. It kind of changes it up a little bit. It's not just a straight ballad there all the way through.
But the guitar riffs are very original. You don't know exactly where he's going with that, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, it just comes out of nowhere. You're right.
Yeah.
Where were we now? Oh, geez. I have to swap everybody. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Danny, what did you go with?
I went with Fever Dreams.
Everyone's picking Fever Dreams. Okay.
I went with Fever Dreams, and I really liked Aerial too. But I concur with what's been said so far. It's an odd album. It's a bit of an odd album. It's all pretty much slow tempo stuff, and I was a little disappointed actually. I was hoping for a little more energy. And he's trying to do the story like a video, an audio video.
Yeah.
And it isn't working too well. So there was a couple tunes on it. Those two tunes for sure flipped my switch in the beginning. I think there was another one. I think there were 4 tunes on this album that I liked. The ones that come to mind, definitely Fever Dreams and Aerial.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, 4 songs is like half the album because half the songs are like interludes.
Yeah, I mean,
just like it's talking.
The interludes remind me of the Street Sabotage, the narrated version, where there's a sketch in between every song.
Yes, this time it's with the robot voice, right?
Yeah, well, it's an alien.
I guess.
Yeah.
That have robot-ish voices.
Yeah.
It's not that they're bad. The interludes aren't bad. It's just like there's so many. It's just like, okay, we get it. It's kind of like between almost every song.
I used to think like you guys did about that, but this time when I played it, it didn't really bother me as much. So I don't know. It's weird. But
problem is when it's done like that, it's not like you can just go and like pick a random song from the album to listen to. Otherwise, it doesn't really work.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be in your way. Yeah,
you kind of have to sit there and listen to it all the way through to like really.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, they're not really. It's like tagged onto the end of songs sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of part of the problem too. I see what you mean there.
Yeah.
But I kind of agree with Mr. Dan today on this one about the whole kind of semi-ballad, semi-hard rock of As Long as It's Not About Love. It's always been one of my favorite, actually probably one of my favorite Dio songs from the later period of his career to me. Probably one of his best vocals to me also.
That too, yeah.
Oh man, he gives that like everything, you know. And it's kind of like what Sydney was saying about the opera thing. I really hear it in a song like that, you know, kind of bring it into a rock context, which and the heavier parts are cool. There's like this riff that loops kind of throughout the track, and I love what Craig Goldie does on the lead. Very inventive, kind of like what Dan was saying. You know, you never know where they're gonna go certain parts. And you know, I think Simon Wright and Jimmy Bain make a pretty cool rhythm section that that lasts throughout all these albums that we're gonna talk about. So kind of all goes together. You know, they all play well together. So that's probably why he kind of kept this band kind of going. Just I know Craig leaves and then Doug Alders comes in, then Craig comes back, but it's basically kind of the same lineup he's got going. And I did have Fever Dreams as a honorable for this record. And Tom in the chat picked Losing My Insanity, which is a track nobody's talked about. So
I'm going to. All right. So there we go.
So I won't get into it then.
Me and Tom we keep losing Brian, but yeah, Tom, me and you are aligning today. That's what I went with is Losing My Insanity. Yeah, it starts off with like that really medieval sounding acoustic intro.
Mm-hmm.
Then even
Barry
like,
Blackmore, right?
there's even
It's very much so.
very in like the deep purple rainbow or more rainbow than
Rainbow. Yeah.
there's like even flute and violin, but it doesn't show anyone credited. So I'm assuming that's Ronnie on keyboards. I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
that's
That's weird.
Ronnie
Yeah.
doing it on the keyboard because it doesn't really sound like a real instrument. It sounds like it could be being done on a keyboard. There's no one credited on flute and keyboards, so I believe it is Ronnie doing that because he's playing keyboards on this.
Mm.
And yeah, then the electric guitar kicks in, still continues that medieval sound throughout the intro, and even kind of during the song, has like this military march beat throughout. It's just, I don't know, I find it extremely catchy, memorable, great melodic guitar solo in there, and then it even goes back to the acoustic part at the end, the same way the song started. So I thought that was really well written, and yeah, I thought that was a really catchy, memorable song. I originally was gonna go with the anti-love song, as long as it's not about love. But then, yeah, I switched it to Losing My Insanity when this song came on. So, yeah, that's the one that we went with. We lost. Oh, Brian's here. Just gotta add him back again. Okay. Damn, this is confusing. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So this moves us on to the next album, Killing the Dragon. So again, 2 years after the previous ones. Now he's kind of putting out albums a little bit more closer together. But again, he had a lineup change here again. So Simon Wright was still on drums. He still had Jimmy Bain on bass, and Jimmy Bain did the keyboards on here instead of Ronnie. So that's interesting. But yeah, on here he brought in Doug Aldrich. Doug Aldrich came in on guitar on this. So yeah, that was. And then I actually saw Doug Aldrich with Whitesnake because he left and joined in 2006.
I saw that too. Yeah.
So I saw them opening for Priest. So I've seen Doug Aldrich live, and he nailed that stuff too. He's a great guitar player as well. I think, to me, this is a return to form. I actually really like this album. This one was tough because there was like at least 4 or 5 songs I could have gone with. But yeah, Killing the Dragon. So this came out in May 2002. This time he kind of went to more of like a typical album formula. 45 minutes, not super long, just kind of more straightforward songs. Got rid of the whole kind of like concept thing, and I think put together a great album in my opinion. So yeah, so we got Killing the Dragon opens it up, the title track. Along Comes a Spider, Scream, Better in the Dark, Rock and Roll, which is generic as a title it is, Push, Guilty, Throwaway Children, Before the Fall, and Cold Feet. So Brian, what are you going with?
He's not here.
Oh,
He's gone. Yeah.
I was reading off Wikipedia. I didn't see he was gone again. Oh, God. Okay. All right.
There he is.
All right.
Yay.
Brian,
Sorry.
what are you going with?
All right, we're on the second album there.
Yep.
Well, the second pick,
Killing the Dragon. Yep.
Killing the Dragon. I actually wrote that down. I really like the scream because it reminded me kind of Judas Priestish,
Okay.
like influence. But I like the way Throwaway Children, which I really liked a lot. I thought it had some good keys. The lyrics were great. The drums, the solos. And another one was Before the Fall. Was another honorable mention. Actually, Cold Feet was another one too, because it's got a lot of solos and it's got a good riff. But yeah, I'm picking Scream off of that. I thought it was really cool.
Nice.
It was heavy, and like everything's that plotting. You know what I mean? Open. You know what I mean? Drum stuff. It's all space, and you know what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just kind of it moved along at a snail's pace for me a little bit. just that kind of style. I know it's kind of trying to be doomy and stuff, and I appreciate it. It just didn't hit the buttons, man.
No. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I think Doug Aldrich is a great guitar. But what other bands was he in? I just went on to Whitesnake. Was he in? Okay.
Yeah,
Hurricane, Lion, Bad Moon Rising, Whitesnake.
Wow.
A lot. I'll say more on that.
He's mostly a session guy, right? But he always got big gigs.
He was he was always in a band.
But he was always in a band. But yeah.
But never popular bands. That's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, the Whitesnake gig was big, so
Yeah, but that was after this.
that was way later in
He's,
his career.
He's the Jeff Scott Soto of
Yeah.
guitarists.
Yeah.
See his name on everything. No, it's weird. I always mixed him up with the winger guitar player. What's his name?
Red Beach.
Red Beach,
I don't
right?
know why I mixed them up for whatever reason. Yeah, but Christina, what are you going with?
Well, first, I'd like to show you my album. It's not the original, though.
Nice.
And it did
Cool.
come with this cool artwork that has that on one side and this on the other side.
Wow.
So that's nice.
Oh,
I
wow.
framed it. All right, now bear with me while I get my. Can't hold it at the same time. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right. The dragon represents the dangers of unbridled technology. This LP doesn't have the same single narrative as Magica did.
No.
I went with
Mhm.
Guilty. I think it's epic melodic heavy metal with fantasy flair. And it's got a fat end guitar riff. And the lyrics, guilty, the great pretender, guilty, just surrender, you're guilty, you'll burn in fire. It's simple lyrics, but they hold true, don't they? And then Throwaway
yeah.
Children is really good, and I love the way he has the children singing in the end. And any song like that helps society see what the hell's going on in life, I love. And Scream, because of the riff and the lyrics.
Mhm.
And that's about it.
Nice.
But I love that whole LP. I thought it kicked ass.
Cool. Adam Dan Evil, what are you going on?
All right. So I was super happy when I first heard this album. Like, there you go. Dio's back to what resembled his first 4 albums. I saw this tour. This is the tour when I met him. This is everything is good on this. It's maybe Rock and Roll's probably the doomiest song on the album here, which is probably my least favorite there. But starts off, Killing the Dragon is awesome. Push, I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but there's a video for this with Jack Black and Kyle Gass from Tenacious D. Really funny intro. They were
I gotta see that.
What's that?
Well, he was in
gotta
the
see
movie,
that.
right? So,
But it's good. Yeah, it's funny.
um,
And they're both singing like a Heaven and Hell parody there. And then you got the whole Push thing there. I actually love that song. It's a great single too. I think they were actually noticing, like Sydney said, that his popularity was rising. I think they were pushing, pardon the pun there, but for a single, like a hit single, like Mystery or Rainbow in the Dark. It's got that feel of a single thing. Throwaway Children is just brilliant. Also adding the little children singing also. But you know what? I'm actually going to go with, I'm going to put Push as a very close second.
okay.
I'm actually going to go with Before the Fall. Bravo Dio for actually putting a keyboard solo different than your usual guitar solos. And it's a pretty, very cool, like Deep Purple-ish sounding keyboard solo here. So, and to answer your question, when I first heard this, I was like, who the hell is Doug Aldrich? I went, and the internet was fairly new at the time, and I found out a band called Lion. I'm like, I had never heard of Lion, but apparently a lot of people did. But back in my youth, you were either a G.I. Joe or a Transformers cartoon fan. I was G.I. Joe, never really cared.
Yeah.
And Lion are the ones that do the theme song for the Transformers movie.
Okay.
So a lot of people who love the Transformers know who Lion was. I just didn't. And then you realize that he did a whole bunch of stuff
I had
there.
the
Yeah,
record.
that one right there.
Yeah.
So great soundtrack. I got that upstairs. I actually bought it because of the Lion song. Great band too. But yeah, this is just full of energy. And I'm gonna go with Before the Fall. Great hit, like deep cut track right there.
Yeah. And it was the keyboard player on that was actually Scott Warren. Every other song was Jimmy Bain, but that was Scott Warren doing the keyboard solo.
Yeah, it shows too. Yeah.
He's worked with Warrant, Keel, Berlin, and Heaven and Hell, which
Yeah.
we're going to talk about. So he actually and he's actually part of Dio Disciples, which includes surviving members of the final Dio lineup. So he's doing that. He also played keyboards on the Strange Highways tour. So yeah, he's known Ronnie for a while. So yeah. He's also filled in on keyboards in Typo Negative on their last tour, so he's been around. So
Oh yeah, he's
done a lot of stuff.
He's got a resting bitch face though.
He does.
Oh my god, I've never seen him smile. Even live, I was like, "Come on, man, smile."
Angry all the time. Yeah. Yeah. So Danny, what are you going with?
Let's see if I can pull up my notes. My thing's battery's dead. I forgot to charge it. I came up with Along Comes the Spider, and my honorable mentions were Push and Cold Feet.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm going with Spider. Along Comes the Spider.
Nice.
It's a good one.
Cool.
Cool. Logan.
All right. So me and Dan were together last time. We are totally separate this time. All right. Because Rock and Roll is the one I picked, man. But like you guys are saying, there's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 songs you could probably pick off this one. You know, there's not really a dud on it. But yeah, I want to mention too, Rock and Roll. This one's credited to Jimmy and Dio and Craig Goldie, because Craig Goldie actually, you know, they kind of wrote some of this album before he ended up leaving. The second time, I think, third time, whatever. But yeah, it's a 6-minute track. I think it's got some great dynamic changes. Like the first few seconds kind of has like an acoustic ballad feel, or, you know, introduce this heavy guitar riff, which to me is very reminiscent of like Kashmir or something, you know, epic, maybe Stargazer a little bit in a way. Before another riff's used for the main verses. And there's some atmospheric keys on that track. And Dio's got like a great haunting vocal, I thought, throughout the verse. And yeah, the rest of the band kind of builds in dynamics on Doug's lead solo, which, you know, heads back into that plotting, doomy verse that Dan was talking about. And yeah, the last minute or so of the track, Doug kind of plays some dramatic, long guitar lines, which I thought was cool. And Dio repeats the chorus quite a bit towards the end. And yeah, I just think it's like an anthemic kind of moody rock and roll song. You know, I think it could have went down well live. You know, I could see the crowd singing rock and roll. You know, and yeah, the one I would have picked that I didn't pick was the title track, because I think the title track's probably another one kind of like the songs on Magica that I really like. You know, they're highlights of this late time period for him. And yeah, Tommy P in the chat picked Better with the Dark. Better in the Dark. Oh, yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
You're going to get him here every time if you're doing his picks, Logan.
Maybe.
Tom's like, now I have to watch. All right, so I'm going. Me and Danny are aligning on this one. I went with Along Comes a Spider, which is weird because he actually says Along Came a Spider. He doesn't say Comes a Spider, but
Yeah.
I won't be too picky on the song title there because it's kind of, yeah. But yeah, it starts off with like the slow, heavy, and doomy riff that sounds like Sabbath before kicking into the main riff, which goes well with the up-tempo and catchy that goes well with the up-tempo bass and drums that go out throughout the song. Chorus is super catchy. There's a section after the chorus that's very memorable as well before it goes into this really fast shredding solo. Then it goes back to the verse again. And then, yeah, the song sounds like it could have been on Holy Diver to me. I just think it's very catchy and memorable and a throwback to the Holy Diver era. So, yeah, I really loved Along Came a Spider. Or Comes a Spider. But yeah. Yeah, great song. And I think, yeah, it was hard, though. There was so much stuff I could have gone with on this. Like, I thought it was a really solid album. So that brings us to the last Dio album we ever got, 2004. So again, only 2 years after. So he was really gaining popularity because he was able to just pump out albums at this point. So this one came out August 30th, 2004. Again, still kind of kept it straightforward, 46 minutes. He didn't do the whole long thing with interludes or any of that. So he kind of kept going in that direction. But back on guitar again, Doug Aldrich was out after the one album. Craig Goldie came back again from Magica and a few of the earlier albums. And then on drums, Simon Wright was still here on drums, formerly of AC/DC. And Jeff Pilson was back on bass. So you had Jeff from Dawkins back on bass. Danny's good friend. So yeah. So yeah. Danny, do you want to get into that a little bit again? How you your Jeff
Yeah,
Pilson story a little bit for anyone who missed that?
when I had in the late 90s through about 2010, I had a publishing company. And one of my business partners was grew up and hung out with Jeff and George, but he and Jeff were almost like best friends. And so anyway, Jeff and I both had fairly large, at the time it was not a very common thing to have a large Pro Tool studio in your home, you know, but I did, and so did he. But the thing with the Pro Tools is the songs, since these songs were in a digital format, it would take up so much memory. And so I had an external unit that it held the digital information on tape.
Okay.
And it was the first kind of a backup thing that they made for Pro Tools. And Jeff didn't have it, so he would send me all his sessions of the stuff he was recording, and I'd back it up on these tapes and then send them back. And that's how I know Jeff.
Cool.
Was that during War and Peace or?
No, this was 2006, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So it was around the time just after this album, then.
Yeah.
So shortly after. Cool.
He was doing all kind. Jeff is a great songwriter. Jeff is doing all kinds of music. We actually had 2 or 3 of his albums in our library that we were pitching to film and TV, and we got a few of his songs in film and TV.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dawkins was Jeff Pilson was like the unsung hero of that band. A lot of those high-pitched background vocals is Jeff carrying Don's voice. I know the band's Dawkins, but like Jeff could have been the lead singer.
Jeff certainly could have been the lead singer, man. He's a great singer.
Yeah.
He's a great bass player. He's a good guitar player. And he's a good songwriter. So yeah, he was. I mean, George is a great songwriter too, but Jeff kind of has everything, you know. George is not a singer.
Yeah.
Jeff is a great singer.
Yeah. Well, it was a funny story that when this would be the second album that Jeff did. He did was it Angry Machines he did or Strange Highways?
He did Strange Highways
He did
first.
both.
He did both, right? He was on both. So this is the third album that Jeff did with Dio, and it was funny how he got the job the first time. I think he was on tour on break with Dawkins or whatever. He wasn't touring, and they actually called him looking for a bass player. And they're like, Jeff, do you know any bass players? He's like, well, what about me? I'm a bass player. And they're like, no, seriously, come on. You don't want to be in Dio. You're already in Dawkins. I was like, who do you know? You must know some bass players. He's like, no, seriously, me. You have to tell them like 4 or 5 times for they're like, okay, whatever. We'll bring Jeff out. He'll probably say, oh, this sucks and just leave. But then, yeah, he kind of had to dip in and out, right? Because he had commitments with Dawkins, but he helped out and recorded with Ronnie whenever he could. So they became really good friends. And Dio, Ronnie said the same thing. One of the nicest guys he's ever worked with.
He is.
And one of the most talented musicians he's ever played with. So
he's a great guy. Yep.
So, which is also very important, right? Like some of these, hold on, let me rearrange. All right. So who were we on? Oh, we didn't even start. We're on Master of the Moon now, right?
Third album.
No
I
album.
don't even think you said the songs yet. I don't
Okay, yeah. So,
the first one.
yeah, that's right. I was just going through the lineup.
Yeah, Brian.
So we got One More for the Road, Master of the Moon, the title track, The End of the World, Shivers, The Man Who Would Be King, The Eyes, Living the Lie, I Am, Death by Love, and In Dreams. And then there's even like some Japanese. I totally forgot that. There's a Japanese edition bonus track. I didn't even get to that, but I don't think anyone's going to.
Prisoners of Paradise, is that the one?
Yeah, Prisoners of Paradise. I didn't even see that pop up on YouTube, but yeah. Okay, so Brian, what are you going with?
Yeah, I really like that End of the World It was a really good riff. I really liked the lyrics, and it was like an open speed rocker, So it's finally got something with some pump to it.
Yacht
And I like
metal.
the Death by Love. I thought that was a good. I thought that was a good riff. The lyrics. The rest of it, I thought was good. I thought the rest of the album was good. That's something you'd have to. It would be a grower to me, I'd have to listen to it a couple times, but now that it's on my radar, I will more often.
Yeah.
That's the thing with this stuff. Half this stuff I've been tuned out of, so I haven't been keeping up with a lot of that. It was a jump off point with Dio for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I find a
That was
lot of the slower
Sacred
tempo
Heart.
stuff doesn't keep my mind interested enough. I don't know.
I agree.
I like the fast when he does the faster songs, which we'll
I
get to.
agree.
But yeah, I don't know. I like slow music,
Yeah.
slow and heavy, but the way it's done, I don't want to call it boring, but it's just not as boring. It's just
Yeah.
kind of almost forgettable. These slower
Right.
songs to me, I don't know. But
It's
'cause-
trying to be doomy, but it's just
Yeah.
it's just lacking that I don't know I don't know what it is. Something it's missing something.
because
for
he
me.
was so great at making songs heavy with great memorable choruses, and I think this lacks that a little bit. But,
Yeah.
slow and heavy,
Yeah.
that's what she said. Oh boy, Tom. Someone arrest this man.
Uh-oh.
Yes, as you can see for Christmas, I got an on-air sign. So, yeah, my dad commenting, nice sign. Yes. So, Christina, what are you going with?
I thought it had a dark, doomy vibe. This album.
Yeah.
Most of the songs are mid-tempo. Yeah, it is. It doesn't have that speed of his earlier work. I said. I do like the eyes. I like the whammy bar at the beginning. Where it's saying the eyes, which is all I learned is also called the vibrator system. Makes sense.
Well, that's Isn't that something else?
No, that's what they called it.
That's what they
I
call
swear.
me, right? No, I'm kidding.
Vibrato
Vibrato, not vibrator.
vibrato arm.
I thought that song there had a Sabbath feel to it, though. The eyes. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But it was a dark, menacing tempo. Metal, maybe even bluesy a little bit. And I think it talked about modern surveillance and the loss of. Oh God, I wish I could write my notes. Sorry, but I think he based it on. They said I don't know if this is true. He based it on reflecting on Orwell's 1984, with the eyes always watching you constantly.
Okay. Yeah, he was very
Sort of like Big Sister on Angry Machine. Yeah.
He was a big time reader. He was always reading like these fantasy novels and science fiction stuff, and just
Yeah.
So
And
Cool.
then my honorable mentions were Shivers. I really liked the lyrics and the riff to that. And the drums were really good, I thought. And End of the World, I like the lyrics, the riff, the hi hat cymbals in it.
Yeah.
And then the words in that says, not about an image or revolution. No, not about change or revolution. It's what's called today's substitution. So I really like that verse there. That's it.
yeah, cool. Dan, what are you going with?
All right. So again, I bought this new when this came out after Killing the Dragon. I'm like, oh my God, he's back. And then I heard the lead off single, One for the Road. I'm like, all right, this is a continuation of Killing the Dragon. No, it's not. It's
not at all.
it's a little back to Magica, a little doomy. And Sydney, you said it correctly. I love Dio, Sabbath, anything he's ever done.
Yeah.
And it's I saw, see, this is where I don't remember if I saw Heaven and Hell live or if it was Black Sabbath for the I don't remember the best of the Dio years, that CD. I don't remember which version I saw, but it was a boring show because that type of music is not energetic, and it's sort of like, especially the song Master of the Moon. Like, who thought the structure of that was great? It just too many stops and goes and little noises that just make no sense there. The eyes are great too. I thought, Christina, that was like a voice box. You know, when you put the
Talk
Is
Is
box.
that what
tube?
it is?
Oh,
I
that's
wasn't
tube, yeah.
sure. I don't know.
I don't
everything.
know. To me, it sounds like a voice box. You know, where you put a tube and then you play the guitar, like Peter Frampton there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does sound like
Talk box.
Frampton. Yeah, right.
I could go with, like I said, like Brian said, "Death by Love" is actually very good too. I love that song. I'm gonna go with "Living the Lie." It's actually a little bit faster than the rest of these songs.
Okay.
Almost chose One for the Road because it's, to me, that's what I like about Dio. But to me, this was like, again, another half, a little bit like Magica was like hit and miss. But there's no bad songs on this. There's a lot of, every songs to me I find I like, but there's a part of like every song has a part in it that I love. Like he'll come up with this end, which when I am at the end, like, you know what he does at the end of the song I Am, like he makes it another song almost. I find I actually love the album cover more than I love the album.
The album art, that album cover makes
This
it's so misleading. It's
All
like,
the-
oh, it's gonna be
all
this
the
great
art,
album.
man,
and
and
then-
killer.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Such a
Great
beautiful
artwork.
album cover. And I have a bandana of this somewhere. I should have taken it out there, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go with Living the Lie,
Okay.
and followed with very close honorable mention, One for the Road. So there you go.
Cool.
Cool. Nice. Danny, what are you going with?
Yeah, in my day when I was a youngster, you would go into a record store. I mean, there were so many bands coming out in the 60s and 70s that this is directed mostly to Dan. You know, if we saw an album cover that looked cool like that, we bought it.
Without
Yeah.
knowing the music. Yeah.
Oh yeah, same here.
Right? I mean, that sold a lot of records, just the covers.
I
And
still do that,
there you go.
but
So,
with chicks, with sexist album covers though.
Oh my god. Now though, it's not the same. You can pull out your phone, go on YouTube to see if the music's good or if you like it, and then
No, I still buy.
true.
I still do blind buys. So yeah, I
There
get
you
it.
go.
Really?
There you go. There you
Wow.
go. Yeah. So let's see if I can pull up my. I still got 1% battery here. If not, I got notes on paper. I got One More for the Road. Dan mentioned that one. That was my pick for this. My honorables were Living the Lie and Death by Love.
My 3 picks.
Yeah, those were my favorites on the album. But my
Yeah.
very favorite was One More for the Road.
cool.
That's like a typical Dio type.
Yeah.
Cool. Logan.
All right. So Christina mentioned my pick. I went with Shivers off this one,
Oh,
which is also what Tom went with. So it's kind of funny we lined up like that. But yeah, I just thought this one had a cool, heavy, like doomy guitar riff. It's got some additional keyboard. And yeah, I think Dio I'm a big Alice guy. Tom's a big Alice Cooper guy. So I don't know if that's part of why we like the song so much, but it's got like a lot of, Alice Cooper kind of, isms, I would say, in the lyrics, because he's talking about like spiders and cemeteries and all that kind of thing. I thought it was kind of a cool lyric because, he's talking about meeting the devil, and that's what gives him shivers, but all this other stuff
That's
that
weird,
most
yeah.
people are scared of, it doesn't bother him. So that's kind of a different kind of lyric from him. Yeah, and I think the music matches the lyrics, kind of gives like a dark and ominous vibe, I thought. Yeah, Craig Goldie returns for the album, like Sydney was saying, and I think he does a nice, fine lead on the track. Kind of just adds more to the atmosphere than like taking charge of the track. Kind of like he's working with the song kind of thing. I think Craig was good at that. He never really overpowered the songs, when he played leads. Which, a guy like Vivian was great too, but sometimes I think he made it more about look at me kind of deal, Craig was a little more reined in, probably, I guess. Maybe after certain things. But yeah, I think it's a cool tune to play during Halloween time too,
Mm-hmm.
Probably add it to the playlist, maybe. But yeah, my honorable mention was Living the Lie, which was I think Danny's pick or Dan's pick. Yeah. So That's a cool tune too,
Yeah.
man. Very fast tempo, you know.
Cool. Sorry, Logan, we're saying nonsense in the chat as you're talking.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. I got it on the corner of my eye. I don't
Scraping
respond
the
because I'm trying to like
chalkboard gives me shivers.
write all my stuff, you know. Yeah.
I said you give me shivers seeing you in a Speedo. Not that I ever have, but yeah.
Not that. Yeah, nice save with that.
Is that what you do in Michigan? Yeah, you walk around in Speedos in the winter.
Especially right now.
In the winter time. You lost a bet, right? Run out in the snow. Yeah, oh my god. Running
Around Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo. Is that where Kalamazoo is?
Yeah, it's in Michigan. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
All right.
Mizzou.
Well, there is a Nantucket too. There's this. Where's that? There's Nantucket.
There's a hell of Michigan. There's that.
Kathmandu. I don't remember where that's. But yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, man, dude.
Kathmandu.
That's not in the U.S.
No, that's in where
India.
is that? Is it India? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We're close to it anyway.
There's a show idea. Songs named after places. Ugh.
Yeah.
Top songs named after places.
Quite a few of them, probably.
Yeah, there is. So I'm going with the one that Danny picked actually. One More for the Road.
Really?
So this started off, yes, too. Started off thinking this was going to be okay, great. This is Killing the Dragon Part 2, and then nope. And yeah, I probably would, the other songs too that you and Dan both picked probably would have been my other favorites as well. But I went for One More for the Road. Starts off with this cool riff, kind of does the start-stop thing a little bit. Really cool drumming to go along with it before the vocals come in. The riff, that same riff comes back during the chorus, which is super catchy and memorable. Great guitar solo, and like right at the end of the solo, I love how there's like the stop-start thing again before going back to the riff. And then to the verses, and yeah, and it even ends with the riff from the start that goes on during the chorus. And it's still well written and fun song, and it's up tempo, and again more of a throwback to the older material. It's just one of those, has that older Dio sound, which I like. I don't think he did these slow doomy songs all that great. I don't know.
I agree.
Not that they're bad songs, it's just like there's so much of it, and they all start to sound so similar after a while.
Yeah.
Because the tempos are just the same.
It doesn't translate well live, I
No.
find.
The tempos are just all the same all the way through. So, but yeah. So,
But I forgot to mention, I did see this tour live
okay,
for they opened with Motorhead for Maiden.
okay.
Sorry.
So that wraps up Dio. So then, after he was done with Dio, he decided to he got back with the Sabbath guys that he recorded with for Mob Rules and Dehumanizer. So him, Tony, Geezer, and Vinny got back together. And yeah, this was the last. Sadly, this was the last recording we ever got from Ronnie. This was recorded in 2008. He passed away from cancer just not even 2 years later, May 2010. So yeah. Unfortunately, we lost him not too long after this album came out in 2009. And it actually, upon release, it sold 30,000 copies, which is good for today's standards. It was awarded Best Album at the 2010 Metal Hammer Golden God Awards. So Sabbath, kind of, well, it's not Sabbath, but it is basically. It's basically Black Sabbath under a different name.
They headlined Wacken too for this.
Yeah, they were headlining festivals, so Dio went out on top, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, he sure did. Yeah.
So he was originally, and it says here that he initially was just gonna do this and then just leave. He didn't think that they were ever gonna actually record anything. He figured he'd do a couple of shows or do a tour with Heaven and Hell, but then they decided to record the album. And Dio also stated that he and Geezer Butler had the idea of calling the album Villa Yankees, after their favorite sports teams. Geezer Butler was a fan of a soccer team called Aston Villa, and Dio the New York Yankees. So they were going to actually call the album Villa Yankees at first, which is just weird. But yeah, they're trying to be funny there. But yeah, Ronnie always had a funny sense of humor, because I remember him saying one time we could call her, I think it was when they were trying to come up with a name, because they didn't want to go under Sabbath. Eventually they just obviously settled on Heaven and Hell, which makes sense. But they... Ronnie, I think he joked that we should call ourselves Geezer and the Three Italians. the Geezer and the three Italians, because they had Geezer Butler and the other three guys were all Italian descent. So the Geezer and the three Italians. That would have been a funny band name, but sounds like a comedy touring thing.
Yeah, but it would have sold because the Geezer.
Would have sold regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dio said that. He's like, we could have called ourselves the ceiling, the floor, the dog, the cat, but people are going to call us Black Sabbath. So it's like, we'll to go with heaven and hell because people will associate us with the.
I think that's why
Geezer
the
and
record's
Geezer.
like the devil, right? Because it's like,
Everyone knows you're going to call it Sabbath anyways, but yeah.
Yeah.
But so this was called, so the devil you know. So this was, the classic lineup from the Mob Rules era and Dehumanizer. So you got Ronnie, Tony, Geezer, and Vinny. So we got Adam and Evil, Fear, Bible Black, Double the Pain, Rock and Roll Angel, The Turn of the Screw, Eating the Cannibals, Follow the Tears, Neverwhere, and Breaking into Heaven. So what are you going with, Brian?
I like the Rock and Roll Angel a lot. That one was really good. There's a few over here. Just the solos and there's the breakdown in it, the riff. Like I said, the drums on this are good, so the production on this is really well. Eating the Cannibal, I liked a lot. I like the riff. I like that it was heavy and fast. I like Follow the Tears. Those are like the honorable mentions, but Rock and Roll Angel. I don't know, had some pump to it.
Cool.
Some giddy in its step.
Yep. Cool. Christina.
I'm going with Double the Pain. They said, I looked this up and they said it was about people who really enjoy pain. Those who love to whine and moan.
Whip me, beat me.
Needing to be beaten down before they are happy. It's sad. I try to look up what people say about the album, you know what I mean? Dio himself, but that's not it. But the fans also thought that this song was about him having cancer, but Dio never, you know what I mean?
I don't think he knew at that point.
No.
It is kind of weird, though. That's a good point. A lot of this record, the lyrics, they're very breaking into heaven and, one like Double the Pain. This is weird,
Yep. Yeah, it is weird. I think they just associated that way, but like you said, it was never really that. And then the lyrics is thunder and lightning, electric machines. These are the devils that shout in his dreams. So I really like them lyrics. And then I went with Adam and Evil because I like the dark bass line. Of course, that's like a skit on Adam and Eve. And then I went with Fear because I love the bass line in that.
Cool. Anything with a wicked bass line, I know Christina's going to mention because she used to play bass, right? So
I love the bass, yes.
Yeah. Cool. Oh my God. Dio wasn't to Helfer did it first. Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy.
Evil fantasies, huh? Evil fantasies.
Oh, my God. Yep, you need parental guidance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Dan, what are you going with?
First of all, Christina, I was today years old when I just realized Adam and Eve thing. It did not even dawn on me.
Come on, really?
Seriously. Atom and Evil. I was like, it's clever enough that this brain didn't compute at all. Anyway, I only got this one on CD here. See, I don't remember. Again, I'd love to remember if I saw this on tour or the Dio Years Greatest Hits. I really don't remember. But it's this to me is an okay album, but I don't hate anything off of this. But it's again that doom thing there. But one song that's really, really great, doomish there, I'm gonna have to go with Bible Black. You can feel him singing his ass off for that one. The music is perfect. The way it goes, gets up, and anyway, I just find that song awesome. The rest, it's not my style of music. Like I said, like that Master of the Moon song there. Well, this is sort of like the same thing, just slow pace. I don't know. It just really dawned on me when I saw him live, and I'm like, man, nobody's because it's not that type of music is not a, yeah, that type. It's like, all right, cool, like, and especially they had Megadeth opening for them. Like, in that was like an intensities right there.
Yeah.
Then you go is like, okay, like they got us back with Heaven and Hell and Neon Nights at the end there, but man, it was just like a whole doomy, and that to me is not really. So yeah, Bible Black for me. What?
The show was at a golf course, wasn't it? The clapping.
So Dan, they played a majority of this album live then? Or
See, the thing is, that's what I don't remember. I don't remember if this album had come out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Like,
because I know they got a live at Radio City gig, and I don't think they do a lot. They might not
was
even do
that
anything. For
Sabbath? Like there was the
yeah,
because they released the Dio years first,
right, yeah.
and then they went on tour for that. You know what? I think it was the Dio years that I saw. Because what year did Megadeth United Abominations came out? It was that tour that I know.
I think it's 07, Dan. I think.
So what is this?
And that best of Dio was 07. So I bet you've seen
Okay,
that
so this
tour.
is 2009 here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's I saw Sabbath with Dio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
It
know
was
that
Bible
his,
Black for me. Bible Black.
At least you got to see him and you met him too. Like that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
awesome.
there's-
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's
man.
also YouTube footage of Rob Halford singing with them when Dio had a couple issues. He wasn't able
Yeah.
to sing that night, so he filled in.
Well, there's a issue with Dehumanizer when he refused to go on tour or
Yeah.
do a show opening for Ozzy.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Halford sang
Right.
everything there. I know that, but I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
about Halford
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah. Yeah, Ronnie still sounded great on this. Like you wouldn't think this guy 2 years later is gonna just pass away
Yeah.
from some illness, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I thought he sounded great on this.
Mm-hmm.
He,
Oh yeah.
he
He was
doesn't
great
have
on
that.
everything.
He doesn't have the crazy aggression, the high voice that he used to, but he controlled it. Like he knew what he could do and what he couldn't.
Yeah, he
Try
makes
to-
up for it in the
He
lower
didn't try
end,
to
for sure.
go to do these
Yeah.
crazy high screams or anything like that anymore. He kept it like a deeper voice, but he still sounds good for what it is.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a great like album, like a live album of them doing Holy Diver as a whole. Like
I
I
have
don't know,
that, yeah.
05 or 06. Yeah, he sounds really good on that,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's different, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah. A good singer knows how to control their voice with age and not just sit there trying to belt it out like they're in their 20s and
and I
having
think
your
Ronnie
voice
was the
crack
perfect
and sounding
example
like
of
an
that.
idiot and just yeah.
Yeah, I think Ronnie was a perfect example of that,
Yeah. You're not going to try to go over the top knowing that you can't do it. Like there's no point of just killing your like it's just pointless. You sing with your newer range that you have at this point, which
Mhm.
he knew how to use. So Danny, what are you going with?
Let's see if I can pull this up. I went with Eating the Cannibals. That was my pick for this album. I'm with Dan on this one totally. It was a pretty boring album, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't honestly.
It was just when there's
More
no
that plotting. more
no
the-
changes,
this
and
is something.
no major to minor chords, or it just all sounds the same, even though each song is very different.
Mhm.
It just sounds the same.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, but that was my pick on this, and I did like it.
Cool. Logan.
All right. So yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with you guys with this stuff. That best of album, actually, the comp, I feel like if they would have put the newer songs from that and like 2 or 3 of the songs from this record and maybe made like a single album that was like 30-35 minutes,
Yeah.
that would be perfect to me, because I know The Devil Cried isn't on this release, but that's the best tune out of anything to do with this to me.
Okay.
I really love that song. It's worth checking out. Yeah, I can't, Shadow on the Wind and Ear in the Wall, I think, are the
Yeah.
other two. They're killer, man. All them songs. I think Ear in the Wall is a little bit like faster tempo too. That's something missing from this. There's no.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be one, or
Yeah.
two that are kind of more up tempo, but it ain't. It's not like Sabbath of yesteryear. So, but yeah, I went with Bible Black on this one. I think that's the crown jewel of this record.
Oh, big
Um,
time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's one of his. I think that's one of his best written tunes too. Really, it's really cool lyric. You know, it's about a man who's addicted to this Bible Black, which is like a book about evil scriptures and shit. And I guess it like drags him down to hell. You know, it's pretty cool. I thought, you know, kind of going back to that, you know, fantasy kind of lyric
Yeah.
for Ronnie, and you know, it's kind of got that classic Sabbath feel. I thought, you know, starts with a great acoustic piece, some electric harmony lead guitar from Iommi, which, you know, reminds me of Falling Off the Edge of the World or Children of the Sea, how those start. And, you know, Dio's vocals come in, you know, start to tell us the story. I thought that was cool. And yeah, Geezer's bass lines are very low key, but kind of add to the vibe of the track, I thought. And yeah, they build up, you know, in dynamics to that classic Sabbath riff, which, you know, thought was pretty cool. And that kind of goes right into the chorus, you know. I like Ronnie's echo delay like thing on Bible Black. Keeps on saying black, you know. But yeah, and it's got a great Tony Iommi solo about 4 minutes in. And yeah, he just takes it, runs with it like he always did. And yeah, that's about it. It's got some great lead lines towards the end too. There's another solo that it fades out on, which I thought was cool. And yeah, I think it sounds like classic Sabbath with Dio, you know. Could have been on any three of the records to me. Which some of this other stuff, I could see being a little, if it was like Heaven and Hell or Mob Rules and they recorded something, yeah, I could see them like scrapping, maybe not putting that on the record. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and my honorable mention is Fear, and Tommy P is with me with Bible Black. So.
All right. So me and Danny aligned on 3 out of 4 today, I think.
Oh boy!
What was the first
Cool.
one that you? What was your first one?
My first pick was Fever Dreams.
Okay, so that was the only one we didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Eating the Cannibals as well. Weird title and subject matter, but yeah, right away it comes in with a fast, heavy riff, followed by your typical Iommi leads for a few seconds though, and then it goes back to the riff, and then the vocals kick in. Chorus is really heavy but catchy and reminds me of the Dehumanizer material. So yeah, Tony throws some leads in after the chorus before going back to the verse. Does a wicked guitar solo, ends with another verse and chorus with more leads thrown in between, and then ends with a guitar solo as well. I think this was actually a really, really good song, and this could have been on Dehumanizer. And if the song was on Dehumanizer, probably would be a top 3 song on that album for me. So I really liked Eating the Cannibals. I thought that was a really great song. I wish there was more of this up-tempo stuff, or like I don't mind him doing like these slower tempos, but not an entire album of this kind of thing.
That's what made the Sabbath records. At least there
Would've
was
been
variation, you know. I mean,
Yeah. With those early Ozzy Sabbath, he had a lot of slow songs, but then there was a lot of different changes. And then Bill Ward's drumming it's like a jazz drummer basically, and the solos.
yeah,
were a little bit
Bill
more-
and Vinny are two different animals, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I listened to a lot of Doom, and I got a lot of take from this album.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Tony Iommi's a great guitar player. Don't get me wrong. I think he's more of a riff than a
Oh
soloist.
yeah, he's the riff king.
I think he's more of a riff guy. I mean, his solos are.
I know
great.
he is.
His solos are great, but I thought his solos were better in the Ozzy era.
Riff
Sabbath
master.
stuff. To a point. Some of it was a little bit, but great riffs though. Like but again, like this, a lot of it's really repetitive though. Like it's not that they're all slow tempo songs. It's just that they're very similar sounding. It's just I don't know. Just something about a lot of these songs start to sound way too similar for me. But like Ronnie sounds great on it.
Do you think they know that they had all this Ozzy stuff with 13 coming up, and they were
No,
just
there's no
kind
way.
of giving Dio just a couple eggs, you know?
But even
I don't know.
even the Ozzy 13 album is kind of the same thing. It just sounds like older Sabbath songs that they've done 50 million times.
Yeah.
It's kind of like okay,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still enough good material. These were still worth listening to, still enjoyable. But yeah, for me, I like the older. Like I don't know to rank these. I don't know how I would even rank them, but my top 3 would probably be the first 2, followed by Killing the Dragon. I honestly would say, but yeah. But yeah, there's enough great songs in this catalog, and unfortunately, he probably still would have been out there making music if he was still alive today.
Sure.
So who knows what direction he would have went in? Though he would have had a field day with like AI and stuff like it was mentioned earlier. Someone would mention that yeah, he was writing songs about like AI taking over music and stuff, and yeah, look what happened.
Yeah, he's writing Computer God in '92, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kinda
It
fun.
is. It really is because
Yeah.
we didn't have home computers then, really.
No.
You know.
Even I bought
Yes,
The Man Who Sold the World. I bought The Man Who Sold the World by Bowie a couple weeks ago. He has a song called Savior Machine, and that's like 71, 70.
Yeah.
And that song's all about that kind of thing, you know, it's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very wild.
Even Mr. Roboto, as much as
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
people like to
something,
crap on it lyrically, it's still kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is ahead of its time. Yes,
The whole
definitely.
robotic stuff in there, but yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Michael Van Diver's favorite song.
Yeah, he does the dance every morning, right? Right, Webb?
Yeah.
Well, while we have Webb here in the chat, we can plug what we're doing next week.
Hey, Webb.
So, Sid, I need deets. Oh my God, check your email, Webb. I emailed you. He's messaging me in the. Yeah. So, so I got some plans for some upcoming shows. So, next week, Danny's getting a break.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll give you enough music to listen to. So, so what are we doing? So next week we're continuing Styx. We're doing 9 albums. We're picking our favorite song from the next 9. So we're doing Crystal Ball up to Brave New World. That'll not be too fun once we get to the last 2, but we'll see. But it's probably something we can pick to. Oh yeah, I know you don't like Paradise Theater. Yeah,
Actually, I could say 4.
yeah, you don't
The
like
new
last
ones are very good. Their new ones very
I've
good.
never listened to
Yeah.
any of their newer
New one is
albums.
good.
I've never
It's
listened to
very
any
good.
of. I've yet to listen to
Yeah,
any of
it's
the
good.
Gowan stuff. I don't know. I might like it, but yeah, for me it won't be the classic stuff. But yeah,
Hmm.
so that's what's coming
Kinda
up
proggy.
next Saturday. We're doing Styx, so that'll be me, Brian, Christina, Logan, Rand, Kelly will be back, and Webb, who's there in the chat, will be joining us for that.
Hogfather.
So
Nice.
I fully expect Webb to pick Mr. Roboto. No, I know he ain't gonna be picking that. If he does, then I don't really care. I don't mind that song. It's not even the worst song on that album, really. Like, there's way worse songs on there that are just boring. But yeah, we'll get to that once we get to that. But I hardly know Styx past Roboto, but I'm willing to investigate. So everyone calls it Roboto.
never
That's
forget-
not the name. That's not even the name of the album.
Kilroy
No,
was here.
Kilroy was here. Yeah.
I know.
I remember Grant Arthur asked Martin Popoff what he thought about that album. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think it is? And it immediately, without even thinking, he went a 0.
And
Not
and
Oh
It's
my
that
God,
bad.
we were dying.
I put it. It's probably my
0.
favorite because it was my first cassette I ever bought as my
Wow.
with my own money because it was a huge where I used to live.
Right.
I might not like it the
From
most,
that
but
time, right?
I would never give a record a 0. All right.
Yeah, that'd be
This-
hard. Yeah.
No.
Well, because
Yeah, it'd be
because
There's a
really
couple
bad.
good tunes on it.
some band or
There's the
artists put
ballad.
effort into the product, right? You know,
Yes.
at least they did that.
Time on My Hands.
That's all I mean.
Yeah.
To get a 0
Time
would
on
just
My
be, you know,
Hands and then Mr. Roboto. Those are 2 good ones. I like
to
them
me, it
both.
would just be to get a 0 would just be a band that I don't like anyways in the first place. So it's like, well,
Yeah, and you wouldn't even be listening to
Yeah.
it.
what's
so
the
it's like-
point? I'm not going to do a
It's
show
hilarious.
on. Let's do a show
We're
on
dying.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
I'll send you a 0
Oh,
album, Logan.
please.
You'll be-
Please.
Oh,
Well, I
He's a
don't
better
like
actor
L's
than he was a
mentioning
singer.
L's mentioning Bad Bunny and Right Said Fred. I don't listen to him. So I
There
mean,
you
it's not,
I got a Bad Bunny
you know what I
hat.
mean?
I got a hat.
yeah, that's what we're doing next. Is Right Said Fred. We're gonna, yeah, Logan's gonna sing "I'm Too Sexy for My Hat."
I had that on my screen one time.
Oh.
Hey, can I just say something about Dio to end our Dio?
Yep.
series?
Yeah.
All right. They say Dio is Italian for God, and his grandmother used to say he was a gift from God. Also, there's a notorious mobster named Johnny Dio Guardi, and he liked the connection he embraced with him, an image of power and menace, and also his legacy. You know, his neat vocal style and his magical stage persona, and his lyrics, and of course his horns.
Yeah. Gene Simmons actually invented that. You know, I'm kidding.
I thought he Dio
That's
did.
a- he's got the patent on it.
Dio did, yes. There's an
Yeah,
No,
interview.
he did. Dio said he did not invent it.
No,
He
he said he started.
popularized it.
He popularized.
it.
Yeah.
So
But
who
then he
invented
says,
it?
but then Gene
Yeah.
Simmons will probably tell you he
I think it
invented
was his grandmother.
this, and he invented air. You know,
Well, yeah,
It was
Gene
an
invented rock and
interview as
roll. A
well.
lot of people don't know that, you know.
But it's to ward. It was a Maloik, I think it's called.
Yes, the Maloik, yes.
To ward evil spirits away. And actually, you know what?
Okay.
Watch old Cheers. You know Cheers, the
Okay.
TV show.
They
Carla,
did that in there? Okay.
Carla, who actually looks like a female Dio. Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rhea Perlman? Oh my god.
Like she's spitting, like like doing the raspberries, like doing that, and then it was to ward off evil spirits.
Yeah.
The more you know. You hang around me, you'll learn lots of shit or unimportant trivia.
My whole dad's side of the family is Maltese, so they do the same thing. It's like an old, it's mostly an old Roman Catholic thing, I guess. But
Oh.
my grandmother, I think, or my great grandmother, I can't. My dad was telling me the story. She would used to do it, like if it was and it would be for the weirdest things, like say you're pushing like a baby in a stroller, and like someone came and like looked at the baby. Afterwards, they would like turn around. And they think that like it was weird. It was just really weird. It was just
That
a
is
really
weird.
strange thing. Like, what are you looking at my baby kind of thing for? And just, they would
Wow.
do this, like to, yeah,
Look
it
out
was
their eyes.
just really strange, really old European kind of thing. So Dio said
Wow.
he took it from that, and Dio was talking about that he took it from his grandmother. He's like, so no, I didn't invent it. I started just doing it because I thought it looked cool and it became popular. But Gene Simmons will tell you he invented it because Gene invented breathing, running
Yeah.
shoes. That's what
Mind
Dio
you, the
said.
Gene one is this,
Yeah,
not this. This.
That's
He-
crazy.
he claimed
Gene
he
never did this.
He claimed he held his guitar pick like this. Is how it's like. First of all, how would you play like this? Your finger.
Yeah,
would
I
hit the
seen
freaking
that.
bait, like, moron. Like, come on.
I had to
Well,
laugh
first
at
of
that.
all, no.
You
no.
could play the bass like this. Like, why you're gonna be hitting all the other strings? Like, what's wrong with you?
It don't work.
Yeah, those Kiss members. Yeah, they say some interesting things sometimes.
Now get on a Kiss tangent now. Calm down.
Anyone let's talk about that Vinnie Vincent album? No, can get
Oh, I
on.
did.
Let's not,
Oh,
let's
I
not
did.
go there. Let's
Music.
calm down.
I like Kiss's music.
Oh, I did.
So
I did.
Still owes everybody from the last one.
we'll take the chance for Dan to plug his show. Dan, you want to tell about what show you
So
just
in less than 2 hours, I'm just playing some Dio
Yep.
bands on my channel. Lots of rare, not lots, but some rarities I bet you've never heard of.
Well, they're not rare because we talked about them all now.
No. There's one song I talked about, and I
Okay.
forget which one of your shows. It says, I have this, and I downloaded it illegally, obviously, because it's not a real track there, but way back. But yeah, got some pretty cool stuff there. So Dio,
You're gonna play the
on
50s
off the
stuff,
charts.
aren't you?
You have to listen.
some nice deep cuts here, and one request by Logan.
Cool.
Ah,
You gonna
Alright.
did
And I'll
Logan
plug
requ-
yours, don't worry. Stop
Logan,
crying.
Logan probably requested the Magica theme, didn't he?
Exactly.
18
I
minutes, the
I did
Magica
the story.
story.
Yeah.
The story.
I knew-
18-minute story.
now Logan's gonna read it to us.
The
right,
reprise.
Logan?
Yeah.
He's gonna do it himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Read it all. Just read it
What
off.
I thought
of his
was weird
computer.
about that album too was like you hear the songs and you hear them again, but it's a reprise, so that kind of threw
Yes,
me off with that.
it's-
I was just done
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
I just call it a Magica 20-minute ebook or
Do you wanna-
audio book. Sorry.
Angry.
Do you wanna plug your Vinnie
Nerd
Vincent
rage.
episode that you just did?
He added
Since
to
we
that.
kind
That
of
would have made
got
a
on-
great movie.
Oh yeah, like I don't know if you heard about Vinnie Vincent, like we just talked about, but I did. I ranted off of that guy. His like $200 for.
He's gonna try to take your channel down now.
Oh my god, it's. But no, I'm sorry. This is just stupid. There and his ride the shirt Logan. Anyway, I did a rant regarding what Vinnie Vincent is trying to sell us right now, and it's wow.
Yeah.
It's
For
he
songs
treats his
that are
fans
gonna
like
be
shit.
For songs
Yeah.
that are going to be on the internet in a couple, give it time.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vinny's trying to sell. I guess he's released a new album. I don't know, but there's all these
It's
songs.
done.
Or it's done, but he's selling song by song, and he's charging $200 per song.
Oh
It's
boy.
like,
Well,
dude,
these aren't
Okay.
even new recordings either,
A
guys. It's like
song, not an
not
album.
It's
not
not
even,
even-
and you're not even getting any physical product. It's to download.
No, you are.
Are you?
It's a burned CD that he does at his own house, I think.
What?
I
Oh,
told you he's
jeez.
lost it, man.
One
man.
song for $200. If you live in the States, it's $225 US, I guess, with shipping and handling. But if you're international, $100 shipping. So that's $300 shipping and handling.
Mhm.
He's nuts.
he
He's just
is-
trying to make a
yeah.
quick buck. Like, what the hell, dude? Taking notes
I
from Gene, I
understand
guess.
where
I
he's
don't know.
coming
It's
from,
weird,
but like, come on.
it's not realistic.
That's
You're gonna
it's-
sell no. He'd make more
and-
money selling these things for like $20 a song, because then you might
And
actually
he's-
get lots of people that do it. It's still crazy, $20 a song, but like it's,
Yeah.
dude, come on.
And
$200
he's
a
already
song.
screwed people over with past products. So I'm like, buyer beware.
That's right.
Yeah, he didn't he like
That's
try to
right.
sell a bunch of stuff and then they never got it.
The
Box
the
set.
box,
It was
the
a
box
box
set,
set.
the
Oh,
cassette
It was
box
a box set. $380, I think.
That's
Yeah.
And
wild.
everybody put in pre-order, and nobody received one. Not
That's-
one.
No, they received something, but they received the box set cover only. There was no cassettes
Wow.
Oh,
in it due to illegality
No
issue.
way.
What?
Oh,
Imagine,
it's
and you wouldn't suspect it. You're not like buying from some random person. You're buying from an actual musician. You're not expecting
Yeah.
them to scam you. Like what? Imagine if you bought
Yeah.
like a, I don't know, freaking Jimmy Page album and he sent you off just the cover with no music and like,
Oh, yeah.
you'd be like,
Wow.
what?
and that's
It's
my point.
ridiculous. Like
And
what?
a
We
lot of
need
people-
more transition money.
Oh god. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is he still a dude or
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
he looks like a
Dude,
little
look
old
like a
lady.
lady.
I don't know. I think he's trying to do the whole Kiss makeup thing. It's like you're not in
But-
Kiss anymore.
But I
Oh,
will say this:
Take
he's a great conversation piece.
really?
Dude looked
Oh,
like
okay.
It's a great conversation piece talking about Vinnie Vincent.
Yeah.
Love talking about it.
Great guitar
it's
player, but oh
content.
my god.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell, dude? Like
Throw him under the
It's-
bus every chance.
trying to sell
Oh, yeah.
songs for $200. Like, what's wrong with you?
Brian doesn't like him.
But people were complaining about him, and he fired back at people over the internet. And he's just
Oh
like,
yeah,
he's like, you people are willing to spend $200 on used dirty socks. You can't pay $200 for my songs. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Who's buying
Yeah, who
dirty
pays
socks?
that for
What?
dirty socks?
a
What are
guy
you talking about?
wrote, "Oh, I can't wait for my loan to get approved so I can get this new album of yours, Vinny." His answer goes, "You'll be happy you did."
What?
I'm like, I'm not kidding, guys. I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
watch my episode. It's like
That's
it's
funny.
you'll learn so much, and it's entertaining, but it's
No, I saw that. I'm like, Vinny Vincent's account had
Ridiculous.
to. Vinny's.
I watched
had
it.
to, I'm like, his account had to have been hacked. This cannot be real.
no. This is him every
laughed
I
all
time.
could
the
not
time.
believe it. I was just like, are you kidding? Like this
And
guy just.
he turns off and on his comments because people are bitching about it.
Yeah.
And he's only
Yeah,
accepted.
I
This has
guess
been
so.
he's been like that forever. Like 20
Yeah.
years ago, he was at a Kiss convention and he says, "Well, let's be nice, people. I'm only going to answer nice questions."
Oh, nice questions. What the hell? Is that
Yeah, like
supposed to mean?
what does that mean?
What are
Like,
you expecting people to ask you? Like what? Nice questions? Like you're not gonna
because
ask
he's got a
personal stuff?
reputation. So, anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was going off on people too. Like when people were questioning it, then they were just saying, "Vinny, like $200, come on, like get real for a song." And he said something
Yeah.
about like he responded back like "fuck you if you're too poor to
Oh, yeah.
afford it." It's like what?
it's wow.
What, dude? Like
Yeah.
Oh,
Proving
I don't
Dan's
care if-
point,
I don't-
man. Proving Dan's point. You know?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's the best
Conversation
song in the
piece.
world. Is he
Oh,
even?
he
like,
says it's the best album ever recorded.
Oh yeah.
This new one, their Guitar Mageddon Judgment Day there.
Oh god,
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why it's
Guitar
worth
Mageddon.
$200 a song.
Guitar Mageddon. Like, come on, dude. Like, really?
Oh man.
Is he at least signing them? That's my question. That could be the only
Apparently.
thing, is if you're giving you like a signed single.
But that's the thing
But-
is, like I said,
Yeah.
buyer beware, because remember that box set fiasco. Now he says he's only going to bulk ship these CDs, so
Yeah.
500 US has to be sold, and 500 international have to be sold before he bulk ships 1,000. Now, my beef with that is, how long do you wait? Like, let's say you order today. Let's say and he says he's not sending them out if all 1,000 are sold. But when is the limit? Like, if you go through PayPal, you can only try to get your money back only after 6 months.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by buyer beware. Beware of this, guys.
Yeah.
He's got a bad
He's a scammer,
reputation,
yeah.
and anyway,
Scam.
Yeah. It's the reason he didn't work out with Chris. I mean, like, you think Gene has an ego? Oh my god. It's just yeah,
That's
Vinny's.
right.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know Eric Carr kind of had the not Eric Carr, Peter Criss had the same issue, but that was actually not. Someone went and put his new album on Bandcamp for like $1,000.
Yeah, well,
And then
that's
he-
taken off.
And then he messaged Bandcamp and said, "Hey, take this shit down." He's like, "People are thinking I'm charging $1,000 for my album."
And
Oh my
I
God.
ordered his album through Bandcamp. Now I'm like, where the hell is like? I don't even know what's happening with that.
You
now.
didn't pay $1,000, did you?
No.
I'm
I
just
paid like
kidding.
40
Normal.
bucks there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that must have been just a dumb. But anyway, it's no longer news because it's no longer there.
Yeah, he had them remove it
Right.
because he's like,
Yeah.
people are thinking I'm trying to sell my album for $1,000, and then
Yeah.
Vinny Vincent goes and says, "This gives me an idea.
Yeah, hold my beer. Right.
I'll actually do it. Let's see,
Yeah.
$200. I mean, if it's signed, I could almost see his point. I don't know if his autograph's even worth that. I
For
don't
Vinny?
know. Maybe I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
we're-
One
something-
song.
Yeah,
Like, come
No.
on.
one song. Like if you want
Yeah,
every
maybe
song,
an
you're gonna
album, not one song.
And
yeah.
this is U.S. money,
For-
not Canadian.
For a
or,
single, it's just like, I
like,
don't know.
come on.
It's a bit, yeah, I don't know if a signature's worth that much. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know. That's really. I've bought.
Hey, remember
Yeah.
when the show was about Dio, guys? That was a good
Yeah.
fun time.
I know.
Take his album.
I've bought CDs online from like bands, like from the band website. I've had cases where I got it and it was opened up and the freaking band member signed it. And
Yeah.
charged me extra money for them to do it. It's just like, not your thing. You went and bought the album, here, I'll sign it for you. This guy tried to $200 to sign a song. What?
But then he wants to. There's 18 songs, and he's planned it. He was wanting to plan to release every song individually. Now, is this every song 200? Like I calculated, it's like $3,600 for the whole album.
It's crazy.
without shipping.
What the hell? What?
I'm like, yeah, I can't. You can't make this shit up, guys.
Shouldn't you want to get your album into stores? Like
I'd
you're
be
not.
hoping you wouldn't. We're making.
Imagine
He
calling-
wants nothing to do with that, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like, but come on.
Imagine calling Walmart. Hey, can you get my album? Can you? It's $3,600. Can you carry it for? It's like what the? No, they'd laugh at him and hang up
Sure,
the
we'll
phone.
make it a Walmart exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$3,600.
Oh,
Without
Wow.
shipping, yeah.
Yeah. You have to come clean snow for a month for that. Yeah, exactly. You gotta come over, cook you dinner, and like Jesus. Oh my god.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
What did he compare it to? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, it's worth spending. People spend the money on calamari, so they should have
Yeah,
no
I
problem
saw that,
spending the
yeah.
album on this.
Calamari?
Calamari.
Caviar.
Caviar.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Caviar.
So
Okay.
you're
Comparing
comparing.
it to caviar.
Yes, but
You're
people
compa-
that eat caviar would never listen to his music.
Exactly.
Never.
That's it. People
It'd
eating
be a $200
caviar
drink
listening to
toaster at
Boys
my
Want to
house.
Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
He's
Well,
an idiot. He's a
yeah.
complete idiot.
Well, Slaughter had a song right off of their first album. What was about him? What was that song?
Burning Bridges.
That's it. Yeah. So right off the
Mm.
every band that like member that's worked with him, it's just I don't know. It's so weird. Really,
But he's
really weird.
I strongly suggest just go follow his
Entertaining.
Facebook page if you want to have a good laugh and roll your eyes every 5 minutes.
Just posting nonsense.
I kid you not.
Yeah. I got
Uh,
better things to do.
Oh my god.
Like
Anyway.
ignore 'em. I have plenty of time for that.
Oh my god.
I got a jet.
All right, cool.
with-
Yeah.
So thanks for this, guys.
Good to
Yep.
see you, Dan.
He Dan.
Talk to you soon.
Hey,
Take
Dan.
care.
Cool.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dan.
It's funny getting into the Vinnie Vincent tangent. I knew that would get Dan going. Oh my god. Oh, it's funny.
How could you not? I mean, he screwed over a lot of people.
Yeah, that's
a
just
lot
wild.
of people. Fans, fans that'll never give him another dime.
Yeah. Well, he claims he was screwed by the whole writing process of Lick It Up, but I mean, he probably
No.
was, but then he goes and does the same too. So it's like, whatever, dude. Go scam
Yeah.
fans. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like,
It's crazy.
Crazy.
it's just wild. Just yeah. So me and Logan are gonna make T-shirts now for the low price of $2,000. We'll sign it for you and everything.
What's that say? Slogans?
It'll be misspelt and everything.
Oh, okay.
From the Leary Center.
You sure you don't want
graduate from the Leary
$200 a
Center?
letter?
$200 a letter. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Make $3,600 shirts. There you go, Logan.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
Tails, I'll take 2. There you go.
Oh,
Oh my god. But yeah, so that's what's coming up is Sticks next next Saturday with Webb, me, Christina, Brian, Logan, and Rand. So
that's studying to do.
oh well,
You got to run the
Logan,
world tomorrow
It's
too.
on, it's on the back, Tom. It's not gonna be on the
Yeah,
back.
around the world.
Logan be sporting a Speedo.
Major selling point. That's fun. Oh, Tom.
Speedo and a hat.
Selling points.
Look, he's
Oh,
going to the
God.
polar plunge.
Oh man.
Yeah, there we
Put
go.
on a G-string for $200.
On the New Year's Day.
Oh
man.
boy. Oh boy. But yeah, so after Sticks next week, the following week, we'll discuss it a little bit after the show, but we're gonna do all the Shanker stuff. We're gonna try to do everything Shanker. So starting off with Lonesome Crow that he did with Scorpions, doing all the UFO
Awesome.
songs that he
Yeah,
did on Love
I'm looking forward to
Drive.
that.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
cover all that material. I'll stay on after with me. I'm just gonna discuss it a little bit on how we're gonna go about some of that stuff. But yeah. So yeah, so that's what's coming up. And then tomorrow we're doing our music hangout. We're in Brazil. No, Brazil's the second country. Uruguay. Uruguay and then Brazil for some bands from those countries. So that's what's coming up tomorrow. And then yeah, those next couple week shows are yeah. So we're gonna do a whole Shanker thing, and we're gonna
Nice.
kind of make it a little bit
Yeah.
interesting. But yeah, so yeah, thanks
He's the
everybody
man.
for watching and
Yes,
sticking
thank
with us
you.
with the all Vinnie Vincent tangent that we went on. But yeah, go get your copy now for $3,600. Yeah. So
Don't forget the T-shirt.
pre-ordered my Logan Speedo shirt. Oh Jesus.
Speedo shirt.
How about Logan in a Speedo on a Speedo?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Logan Speedos.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Guys, I want lunch sometime today. You're giving me an upset stomach.
Oh. Oh, it's not because Logan wouldn't look good in one. It's just we don't want to see it, right? Yeah. All right. Oh,
Don't want
boy.
to.
Just kidding, Logan.
Oh,
What, you don't want to see it?
Probably nothing to see anyway. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sure he's very.
There's pills for that. Oh,
Oh no!
It's too young for them. My goodness. I
Poor
hope
Logan. He has to wear a toque in the inside so he doesn't get a sunburn from the.
Brian, how do you know the
overhead
word toque? I'm impressed that you know that word toque.
A
It's a
Duke?
Canadian
light. Hey,
word.
Nova Scotia.
Okay,
Really?
that's right. That's right. Your
Oh, you know why?
grandmother's from-
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
That's
We
why.
adore
Oh,
them
God.
here.
We call them beanies.
Yeah,
Beanie.
beanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beanie. Yeah. All right, so we wrap it up. So yeah, thanks to Dan who was here earlier, Brian, Christina, Danny, and Logan for doing this again. It was fun to do this whole Dio thing, and we'll be doing,
Thanks for
like I
hanging
said,
out.
finishing up, well, continuing Sticks next week, and then the following week starting a whole Shanker thing. So that's what's coming up, and then the music hangouts on the Sundays. So that's what's coming up. So
Right.
everybody enjoy your Saturday, and yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. So
Yes.
thanks
Bye,
everyone for
everyone.
watching.
Good night, guys.